A couple of basic tools to create your logo. One is to use the shapes that are already given to you in Publisher. If we go to the Insert Ribbon tab and click on Shapes, I'm going to use this flowchart shape called a delay. To insert any shape, you just simply click and drag. This circle at the top, if you click on it, that will allow you to rotate your shape. Any other shape is drawn the same way. If you would like a perfect circle or square, as you click on the shape of an oval or a rectangle, before you draw, hold down the Shift key as you draw, and that will enable you to get a perfect circle or square. A couple of tools as far as the color of your shapes. If we click on the shape and go to the Drawing Tools Format ribbon tab, at the top you have Shape Fill. You can fill in any shape, any solid color. Some other tools you can use. If we choose Gradient and go down to More Gradients, you have something called a gradient stops. So if I wanted this to be a pink color, where it was a light pink at the top down to a very darker pink, if I click on this last tab, Stop, and choose the paint bucket and pick a very bright pink, and I can add more stops where the colors will vary and change this around. Now if I choose, okay, the lighter color will be up at the top versus the brighter pink at the bottom. Now you can always go back and manipulate that a little bit more. You can change the transparency, making that shape see-through. I'm going to change the transparency for this to about 20%. The next thing you can work on is the shape outline. I don't want to leave it that black outline, so if I go to Shape Outline, I'm going to choose a color pink that I think would go well with that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is add some text. If I wanted the name of my restaurant or establishment to be on the logo, one way is to go to the Insert Ribbon tab and simply draw a text box. You're going to click on Draw Text Box and come down to your document and click and drag like you are drawing a rectangle. And the name of my place is going to be Tasty Sweets. So if I type in the word tasty, right now the font is very small, so I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to choose a much larger font size and a font I think would look better for this particular establishment. For this, I'm going to choose Curls MT as a starting point, and like I said, I'm going to make the font much bigger. I'm going to start at 72. I'm going to make the font bold, and I'm going to rotate my text box a little bit and play around with the color. So if I want the color of my text to be white, but on that background it's very hard to read, so the other tool I'm going to use is on the Text Box Tools Format ribbon tab. You have something called Text Outline and Text Effect. I'm going to first choose an outline color of a pink, and I'm going to go to Text Effects, and you have some tools there. You can also use a reflection, a glow, and I'm going to go to More Glow Options and Colors, and I'm going to choose a white glow. And I'm going to make my text even a little bit bigger than 72. And I'm going to fit my text inside my text box. To move your text box, if you put your cursor on the border of the box itself, you can click and drag to move it. Now, I like the way my text Tasty looks, so I'm going to click on that text box and I'm going to hold down the Control key and copy this. Control C is the keyboard shortcut. Control V is the keyboard shortcut to paste. And I'm going to drag this second Tasty down, and I'm just going to change what it says. So the second word is going to say sweets. I'm going to need to make the box bigger so it will fit. And I'm also going to have to move it around. Now, once you're satisfied with the way your logo looks, you have all of the design elements you want, the colors, the fonts, what you're going to need to do is group all of your shapes and text together to make one solid shape. So to do that, if you click on each of your shapes and text boxes, so I'm going to click on my original shape first, and I'm going to hold down the Control key. Control will then allow me to select the other items that I drew, as in this example, the two text boxes. And then if you go to the Drawing Tools Format ribbon tab, in the upper right hand corner you should see a button called Group. And now if I try to move my shape around, it is now one picture, one unit. The last thing you're going to have to do is save this as a picture so that we can put this logo onto all of your other documents that you're going to be creating. So to do that, if you right click on the logo you've created and grouped, you have an option to save as a picture. I'm going to click on that. And you're going to click on your H drive and give it a name of logo. And you're going to save that to your H drive. Now we're going to test what you did to your logo as far as saving it to your H drive and how that will work in putting it back into another document. So I've opened a Word document, and let's say that this is a document that you want your logo to appear on. If I click on the Insert ribbon tab and go to Pictures, you're going to navigate to your H drive. I saved mine to my desktop. And there's your logo. You're going to click on it and then insert it. To move it anywhere on the page, you're going to need to go to Wrap Text and put it in front of text. Now you're able to move that logo anywhere you want, and most importantly, you're able to resize it. If I click and drag from a corner, not only will it resize the shape, it resizes your text so that your logo is now complete and can be used for other projects.